Your DNA is literally rewriting itself right now, and you can probably feel it. That tingling during meditation, those sudden energy shifts, the sense that reality is expanding around you, these aren't random experiences. You're witnessing the activation of your Sophia light body. This crystalline, multi-dimensional energy structure is your vehicle of ascension, connecting your physical form to your divine, eternal essence. It's integrating divine feminine wisdom with the ChristoLight frequency, transforming you from a 3D being into a multi-dimensional consciousness. Your chakras are evolving, your energy field is expanding, and you're literally becoming a bridge between dimensions. This isn't just spiritual theory, it's your lived reality unfolding. Ready to understand what's happening to you? Tune in with ChristoLight and discover your true multidimensional nature.
Our founder claims, this right here is an embodied form of the violet ray spectrum. Tap in and tune in Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern, live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Grand Rising with ChristoLight, your sacred space for discovering the Ascended Masters in crystal healing. Ashe. Hey everybody, grand day. Happy Wednesday to all of you that are here live, joining me for this beautiful, beautiful episode of Grand Rising with ChristoLight. And this one, the last episode was very, very impactful. It was filled with golden gems that were able to help us understand what the Kundalini is. So we went in depth about what Kundalini is, how to activate it, how it can be activated in your life, and what it looks like to go through ego death, what that actually means on a cosmic level, and what a dark night of the soul is as well, and why we go through dark nights of the soul. We also talked about the chakras briefly with the Kundalini energy, and how the Kundalini is our guiding force from this physical human energy all the way up into our higher realms of our own consciousness. It's very fascinating, the Kundalini that we have and we work with in this universal time matrix. So I'm Marcus ChristoLight. I'm your host, founder of Sacred Light Healing and Wellness. I'm a multifaceted, holistic, and shamanic quantum level practitioner. I help with inner child healing, clearing out trauma patterns, as well as helping people with addictive patterns and tendencies. I also do subconscious reprogramming, inner child healing. I do Akashic record, soul origin meditations to help you discover your starseed lineage. And I also do light language activations and custom guided meditations as well. I am also a life coach or a life guide. I like to call it intuitive life guidance. And that's something you can do with me on a weekly basis or even a month basis, where we help reconstruct your mind, body, emotions, as well as your daily patterns and habits, and how to prioritize your well-being with self-care. So those are all things I offer one-on-one. I do them online or in person, local here in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I do travel. I host retreats, and I also produce beautiful content. So if you're someone that wants a podcast or you would like your own content, I am someone that can produce for you, and I gladly will do so. You guys will see a couple of productions later today at 5 p.m. Eastern. I'll be live on the House Mama podcast. And I'll be later at 8 p.m. with the Raw Material Law of One. And then 10 p.m. tonight with the New Moon Sacred Kingdom activities. These are all going to be live for you guys to tap into today. 5 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Eastern. We have live content for you guys to connect with. So we're going to be balling today. It's a good Wednesday. It's Gemini day. It's Mercury day. The day to spread messages and communicate with the ethers. So let's go ahead and take a rewind back to our last episode, which was yesterday, the Kundalini.
The base of your spine lies a dormant energy called Kundalini, visualized as a coiled serpent waiting to awaken. When activated through specific practices, this energy rises through your chakras.
And it's called Holywood. And it's called Holywood because it carries a frequency and energy kind of similar to white sage, where it cleanses, purifies the energy field. So in our ascension model, we recognize and work with 15 waves of the spectrum of frequency that correlate directly with the universal rays, dimensions of time, and how our individual energy centers are referred to as chakra centers. They are connected to those dimensions of time that exist in the multidimensional universe. The first 9 layers of the spectrum of frequency can also be called Kundalini currents. YouTube, Sacred Light Broadcast Network, go to playlist, and you'll see Light Body Awareness 101. And then intro into the light body aspects is where I'll start talking about it. And then I talk about it in the chakras. Identities are connected into these intelligent layers of the spectrum of frequency that are linked into the silver cord of the soul and holds the birth blueprint or the transduction sequence imprint of the entire consciousness record for that person. The Kundalini coils in the base of the spine or coccyx are connected to the silver cord and to the pineal gland in the brain. When the pineal gland receives enough stimulation of the higher dimensional spectrum of frequency to begin to activate into the soul and spirit bodies, then the process of DNA activation begins.
Different kinds of body. The first body is your astral body, causal body. Then we have the Panchakoshas. Then we have the Pran Shakti. Then we have chakras, nadis, and then the Kund when the Kundalini awakens. In today's video, we'll understand what is prana, that is the Prana Shakti. We'll understand the nadis, how they operate, and we'll also understand chakras. After that only, we can have some understanding of Kundalini Shakti and how it awakens.
So 3 layers of ego. In order to understand the internal structures of ego, which we also refer to as houses of ego, it requires the awareness that there are 3 main layers. The first chakra of the unconscious mind.
Out-of-body experience or near-death experience are also common at this stage. If you're going through this stage now, then remember that it's just a phase and it will pass. You got this. Step 2 is falling apart. In this step, you feel like things are coming apart. You may feel like the whole world is crumbling around.
Boop, boop, boom. So that was our last episode. Kundalini. You guys can revisit that episode anytime on the replay. Sacred Light Broadcast Network on YouTube. Check it out. If you want to learn in depth about the Kundalini energy, how to work with it, And it's also just very valuable to share these episodes with, your soul fam that is curious, learning, or becoming aware of these things. Really good episodes to give you really in-depth perspectives about all of this content and all of this creation that we are a part of. Like, wow, it's so fascinating. I just grabbed me some cacao. Nothing like some Peruvian cacao with some raw honey to kick off the day. How many of us like cacao? Cacao is such a treat, a beautiful gift of medicine. So let's go ahead and cleanse the space a little bit. We're going to go ahead and pull a oracle card as well. See what the oracle has for us today as we begin and are going to open up exploring into the Sophia Monadic light body. I'm sure you guys have heard of maybe Sophia codes, the light body, or we're about to go in depth into what the Sophia is and how this connects through our crystalline light body. Palo Santo. Take a couple breaths if you would like. Play a little bit of sound for us. Feel free to take a couple breaths in this moment if you would like. Give yourself this moment just to center yourself for the day. Relax your shoulders and your body. Feel like you're carrying any weight or any stress. Relax your body a little bit. Take a couple breaths. Let's just take this moment to slow down and really sink into our intuition and sink into our lightness. Relax your jaw. Make sure you're not clenching your teeth. Relax some shoulders. Ain't nothing like cacao. So one thing about cacao is I love holding it by the heart. So like whenever I'm doing cacao ceremonies, and if you guys come out to my retreats, we almost always have cacao ceremonies happening. But we hold the cacao by the heart, the heart center, the heart chakra. And then you just continue to breathe into that and just allow yourself to feel the synchronicity of the cacao frequency with your heart center. Then you can feel it kind of start to magnetize and attract together. Then what we'd usually do is bless the cacao with intentions, or we'd sing in ceremony. Give thanks to the cacao for the medicine, for all of its nutrients, and the healing properties that it has for our being. Ashe. Maybe one day, if everybody has cacao, we can do a live cacao ceremony together. That'd be pretty cool. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull our collective oracle card for today and see what the oracle has for us. we are going to be going Egyptian, and we are going to be going into the ancient alchemical oracle of ancient Kemet. Let's see what we got. Might as well play some Egyptian music since we're at it. All right, let's see. Ooh. I've actually never pulled this card before in this deck, which is pretty fascinating. But all right, here we go. We have Kakiu. Now, I don't even know if the spelling is correct. I'm about to also lift this up just a tad. I'd like to make it a little bit higher. All right, hold on. I'm doing some adjustments. Uh-oh. There we go. We're building on the fly here. Okay. That's a little more like it. Kind of messing around with some new equipment. So it's kind of cool just seeing some new angles and things of that nature. Okay. Alrighty. So our collective card for today, which is going to be from the Book of Doors, which is a ancient Egyptian alchemical oracle deck. And our card is Frog Medicine, Kakiu. Kakiu. Number 5. Let's see what the book has for us. Boop, boop, boop.
Step into 2026 with intention and sacred purpose. Join ChristoLight Healing and Wellness for a transformative 3-day New Year's retreat at the historic Apple Butter Inn in Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania. From December 31st through January 2nd, immerse yourself in cacao ceremonies, healing gong baths, and conscious manifesting workshops led by renowned practitioners Sadhanam Singh, Jesse Thomas, Katrina Durant, and Empress Dawn Faya. Enjoy live music by Shy Brown and Evan Sturgeon, while nourishing your body with plant-based meals and resting in luxury rooms with fireplaces and memory foam beds. This is your safe space to heal, connect with soul family, and consciously celebrate the new year.
All right. So our collective card for today, we have Frog Medicine Kakiu from the Alchemical Oracle of Ancient Egypt, and it represents obscurity. So with obscurity is also in the form of a container, but the container does not have the quality of the vases of Newt, which are designed to hold something for a long period of time. So rather, a bowl or cup of Kakiu holds liquid to be drunk or used immediately. So this medicine, this oracle energy that is showing itself for us to connect with today at our own free will, it is the energy that brings immediate impact and immediate shifting into our life. So the obscurity is immediately transformed by Kakiu and Kakiut and put into service for the creation. The sky appears with stars, the condensation of matter, concluding with Kirhet. Now becomes the celestial bodies in the form of light-giving stars. Budge describes Kakiu as the raiser up of the light. That is the time of night that precedes daybreak, the first impulse of light. The triangular skirt he wears is akin to Hehu's, indicating the geometrical formation of matter, and he stands as Hehu does on the primal mud and water. He wears on his head the scarab, Keper Ra, which means transformation, and with a frog head, this transformation is along a well-designed path. From Keper Ra, the first dawning ray of light appears. In one hand, Kakiu holds a cup, and from the other he pours a drop of soma that he has received from Keper Ra, with the tantric soma, the elixir of life. The cup is also the grail, containing the life essence given to each individual. It is the light given to whoever is able to distill it from the darkness. In the card, this cup appears in the blue of Venus. As Kakur is the raiser up of the light, Kakuit is the raiser up of the night. So the number 5 is the number of Kaku, and 5 is the quintessence, the priceless and potent distillation within the embolic of experience. The 5-sided pentacle is the number of humanity. Divinatory meaning: immediate transformation of a situation. Light is shed on a perplexing problem, the end of obscurity. So this energy is present for you to consciously connect with and activate in your presence in life. And if there's any situations that are causing a lot of stress, confusion, obscurity, you can call in this energy of Kakiu to help you bring immediate transformation to the energy. So that's something you can meditate with, connect with, call in, just intentionally claim into your field, as simply by saying, I accept the guidance, I accept the medicine of Kakiu, of the alchemical oracle. And that is our collective card for today. Immediate transformation. Taking action for change. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and now dive in and begin our lesson on our topic for today, which is going to be the Sophianic light body. Boy, we are in for a treat with this one. This is going to be pretty cool. Feel free to comment. Feel free to share anything that you feel throughout this episode. All right, the Sophianic light body. All right. The Sophianic sonic plasma light. Sophia's magnetic heart tone is of universal sonar sounds that are very similar to dolphin and whale speak. Sophianic speak is a sonic heart language which arranges the stanzas of creational code, which generate the musical heart tones which build the layers of Christo's architecture. Sophianic heart language is what activates the Ark of the Covenant codes, which is the key to the door of the house of God, or the crystal cathedral. To understand more about Sophia or Sophia, sonic heart speak is to learn about how dolphin and whales communicate and sing. Dolphins and whales produce rapid bursts of high-frequency clicks and vibrational buzzes that are primarily thought in 3D to be for species communication and echolocation. Echolocation is to obtain sonic information which measures densities, distance, shapes, wavelengths, composition, and gives detailed energetic information without an environment. This is a type of heart sensory ability, like sonar, which reads shapes and energies in the field, similar as architectural software that reads blueprints. This sonar sensory ability may become developed in humans as a part of the higher heart light body function, and of those indigo beings connected to the catechation lineages. With the multidimensional impact of their communications made underwater, the beautiful dolphin and whales of the earth transmit frequency sounds and colors which generate light codes into the oceans. They are a sacred species which embody energetic libraries of frequency which are emitted through sonic sound communication. At this time, most humans are unaware that these communications transmit light codes and emit light frequencies into the earth. Similarly, Sophianic heart language is created with the substance of mother quintessence, the aether, which has related qualities to the elements of water as a frequency carrier. The substance of Holy Spirit, which when imbued with Sophianic heart tones, carries through sonic sound. Sonic sound waves transforming them to emit ranges of frequency in plasma light liquid. Science calls this sonoluminescence, which is the emission of short bursts of light from imploding bubbles in a liquid when excited by sound. It is through a similar process of sonoluminescence that the lunar female distortion that are carried in the dark mother reversals will surface to heal as they are increasingly imbued with the Sophianic language of plasma light. As the Sophianic body correction begins to inspirit the Earth Mother and the feminine principle with the sacred heart language of light in the Sophia, there's still much dark resistance. And that makes a lot of sense if you kind of, pay attention and look at how, they hunt whales. They basically pollute the oceans, and they just, they don't support these beings truly and what we're truly looking for here on this planet. And if you understand the negative agenda, you understand that there's beings of negative polarity that understand this information and are purposely and intentionally, killing off our whales, polluting the oceans, distorting the dolphins, and all these different things, capturing them and holding them in small tanks instead of allowing them to emit the Sophianic frequencies and light codes that we need to help continue to anchor the heavenly realms onto this earth. So it's pretty important when you really, think about this. So man, we gotta take care of our water mammals, and we gotta clean up these waters, no doubt. So let's continue. So sonoluminescence. That's so cool. So sonoluminescence is the emission of short bursts of light from imploding bubbles in a liquid when excited by sound. Sonoluminescence is a phenomenon that occurs when a small gas bubble is acoustically suspended and periodically driven into a liquid solution at ultrasonic frequencies, resulting in bubble collapse, cavitation, and light emission. The thermal energy that is released from the bubble collapse is so great that it can cause weak light emissions. Wow, that's pretty cool. Have you guys ever seen dolphins make those bubbles and then purposely pop the bubbles? And that's, wow. I want to see if I can find a video by the time this episode's over. Organic magnetism. The solar streams in the form of solar winds enter the magnetosphere, which is located in the ultraviolet layer of the ionosphere, and directly control the planet's internal magnetic field, which is currently being reconfigured into organic states of magnetism. Wow. What a cool start. All right, Sophianic body descent. So now we're going to talk about kind of the Dark Mother and the impure, corrupted versions of the Sophia. So Sophianic body desecration. Through repeated session work in the planetary fields and by remote viewing the grid network, the many layers of artificial alien machinery that have been used to spread Dark Mother reversals that clone and replicate the Sophianic female principles via the lunar matrix and the beast machine have been revealed. The negative agenda have employed an assortment of artificial intelligent structures and frequency fences for enforcing technological abuses, in which they intend to eliminate and destroy the organic mother principle in creation, thus generating ripple effects and causing an array of genetic distortions in the Sophianic female principle embodiment on the earth. For this and many other reasons, the planet has had access to the organic mother principle and Sophianic template in previous time cycles, which prevented the full spiritual realization and embodiment of the organic state of the solar feminine. The planetary circulatory system, or planetary grid network, has accumulated massive amounts of dead energy and miasma that have built up in its network over many destructive events occurring in the timelines, such as war, genocide, hidden technological abuses. Technological abuses include things that we can see in full view today: weaponizing weather, geoengineering, microwaving the ionosphere, implanting thoughts through mind control, and eventually directing catalytic events through the use of electromagnetic weaponry, while publicly claiming that it's the Earth's natural climate change. Eventually, the dark agendas of raping the land and the natural kingdom of its energy resources crushes the planetary crystal heart networks and blocks their chalice configurations from operating in the ley lines. The dead energy structure is a toxic waste that damages or crushes the permanent seed atom in the crystal heart matrices, and thus must be cleaned out. This creates metatronic reversals of artificial current used to fill the ley lines with blockages of dead energy, and this accumulation of black frozen dead energy and the natural insurrections of the grid lines is called an Anubian Blackheart. When observing the controller's agendas, which are to initially generate or intentionally generate dystopian nightmares in certain demographic regions, they are attempting to gain total control over. It is also designed to control the ley lines by blocking high-frequency energetic current from spreading through the landmass. When there are high-frequency transmissions hitting certain areas of the Earth body, this can shift descending areas into an ascending area, and this can ripple out effects that awaken the population that lives in those areas. This recently occurred in the Uluru Mother Gate, where a massive piezoelectric effect of high-frequency plasma light and Mother's Sophianic coding was being transmitted out from the gate network into the surrounding ley lines. To counter this event, the controller sought to gain control over these areas through the intentional setting of fires and satanic rituals in all of the major areas where the frequencies were being significantly raised. As a result, these frequency increases in the ley lines broadcasting from Uluru, the energy resources in the landmass were skyrocketing. In their perspective, they had to find a way to plummet down that high frequency energy transmission before waves of spontaneous awakening started to ripple out through the ley lines and reorganize the grid system. Thus, the intentional orchestration of a cataclysmic event of ecocide contributes to the spreading of dead energy blockages in the charred areas to purposely generate a barren landmass that is unable to sustain life. Sudden catastrophe. Wow, this really reminds me of North Carolina and Tennessee when they had the quote-unquote hurricane. So, sudden catastrophic events distract people, derail progress forward, and incite mass fear and grief for loss. From the emotional devastation, some people will blame God and reject all things spiritual from the lack of awareness that these catastrophes are being orchestrated by the human and non-human controllers, and then blamed as random acts of God or the planet changing. This is exactly what the controllers want: to wield mass destruction, demoralization, and dehumanize the population. Then it is easier to get the population to reject anything that connects with their consciousness with the real God source field that raises our frequency and expand in consciousness to perceive more truth. Further, the charred landscape is unable to resonate as an acupuncture point or energy conduit for the new frequencies and light code beings transmitted. Over time, if the Earth is left alone, she can naturally repair and sustain life in those areas that have been impacted. However, the main purpose of orchestrating land-based catastrophes with artificial technology is that the Mother's ascension codes are intentionally being blocked from opening the crystal heart networks and diagonal diamond grid in the ley lines in these locations. Awakening humans can gather in these areas with a heart filled with pure love and a desire to be of service, to help communicate with the land and nature, to help repair the grid, to reconnect with the crystalline matrix in the ley lines and local star clusters. So that's grid work right there. I'm sure many of us do grid work. So these blockages from land trauma and blood sacrifice to the animals also feeds into the Anubian black heart system, which is a desirable result from generating descending areas from the negative agenda. This is the deliberate desecration of the mother to prevent the Sophianic female principle from coming online. Through the intentional blocking and siphoning of the life force energy circulating in the Earth's ley lines that is purposed to nourish and support the awakening of the planetary inhabitants during the ascension cycle. Many of the trees and animals killed were energetic placement holders for the new frequency transmissions, such as the many thousands of koalas that were burned alive. May we send our loving prayers and thoughts to all the living creatures in the natural kingdom that were sacrificed to the satanic networks in Australia. Wow. So through our session research in the planetary grid over the years, it has been made clear that the reversal life energy of the Christo Sophia blueprint was replicated into artificial negative form bodies and phantom matrices in order to run antichrist reversals into the ley lines. These reversal currents happen through the Baphomet streams in their black magic grid networks, and these anti-life forces running into the lower grids are primarily satanic in nature. The intentional generation and spreading of satanic forces into the planetary grid network is what allows the negative agenda forces to gain an even deeper foothold in controlling the Earth for their enslavement purposes. The agenda was purposed to eventually take over the planet through the genetic modification and by incarnating their off-planet satanic families, while slowly killing off the original lines of the indigenous Earth population that still hold the organic Christos blueprint. Although it's important to know that this dark agenda is done and their timeline is coming to an end, we have to see that what has happened to the Earth and humanity before we can truly spiritually heal. The shocking revelation of this controller and negative alien agenda through gradual disclosure events is what humanity is facing on the Earth now in these turbulent times of evolutionary transition. The advanced Godhead technology included in the arc zone, the blue ray architecture, is modifying the planetary grid to transmit levels of the Sophianic female coding that supports the emergence of the Holy Mother's spiritual aspect to finally take shape within matter forms. Uluru was the first stage of global transmissions, announcing the end of the alien Dark Mother and the subsequent resurrection of the solar female Christ. And thus we have seen the retaliation in order to attempt to suppress this from happening. However, it cannot and will not be stopped. This is heralding the full debut of the Cosmic Mother, ChristoLight architecture, which gives rise to the birth of the solar feminine Christ principle. This is the Holy Daughter embodiment of the Crystal Sophia template. This is her time to rise on the Earth. Dismantling the artificial Dark Mother gestates. The recent major grid cleanup on Holocaust timelines required another stage of dismantling, phantom and artificial structures that were harboring reversal mother creatures, a hierarchical chain of engineering hybrid dark entities used to force the lunar matrix links into the female principle, female bodies of the earth. Essentially, these are satanic forces that have engineered and then populated into the planetary architecture, blended reality to gain control over the solar feminine principle, subverting this high identity into a mass mind-controlled lunar feminine breeding slave. These AI genetic engineered NAA creations of reversal mother creatures were used to colonize the major grail points in the earth, to enforce an assortment of artificial intelligent machinery that run the lunar mutations through several programs, such as in the propagation of religious mind control and sexual misery. These recent projects reveal more detail on how the Dark Mother alien constructs are being administered and run on the planet Earth, which are specifically designed to support the spreading of Satanism through the ongoing generation of reversal female forces running throughout the ley lines and targeting the human population with its lowest anti-life vibrations. Then we have the 10-dimensional sapphire body activation, the building out of the organic repair sequences for the Emerald Guardian Ascension Host mission. Upgrades are continuing with excessive speed and substantial intensity to anchor the Sapphire Diamond Shield architecture into the 10D gateways for the return of the Cosmic Mother's Solar Rishi Sophianic lineages throughout the planetary matrix. And this image right here is an image of the Sapphire Diamond Shield. So feel free to take a moment, open up your light body in your mind, and just connect intuitively with these frequencies. You can gaze at it and take a couple breaths. The Merkaba crystal flower. Alrighty. Grand Rising, Grace. All right, so let's go ahead and take a break from our education on the reading from ascensionglossary.com. And let's go ahead and watch one of our first videos when it comes to the Sophianic body.
Welcome to Esoterisphere. Gnosticism 101. Sophia, the goddess who created God. Welcome to Esoterisphere and our series, Gnosticism 101. In our exploration of the Gnostic worldview, we've met the architect of our reality, the Demiurge. A powerful, arrogant, and ultimately blind God who created the material world. But this raises a deeper question. If the Demiurge himself is a flaw, a cosmic error, then who made that mistake? The Gnostic answer lies in one of the most tragic and beautiful stories in all of Western mysticism. It is the story of a goddess, a divine being whose name is Sophia. In Greek, Sophia means wisdom. And her tale is the myth of how divine wisdom itself fell into error. And in doing so, gave birth to the very God who would imprison it. To understand her story, we must first return to the Pleroma, the realm of the true God. This is not a place in space, but a state of perfect, undivided consciousness. A realm of pure light, harmony, and fullness. Within the Pleroma exist the eons. beings of divine light who are the emanations, the very aspects of the true God's mind. They are not people, but sacred principles. Grace, intellect, life. They often exist in balanced pairs or syzygies, cosmic masculine and feminine unions. Sophia was one of the youngest Eons, and in a sense, the most adventurous. She dwelled near the boundary of the pleroma, where divine perfection brushed up against the formless void beyond. And it was from that edge that she made her fateful mistake. The Gnostic myths tell us Sophia was overwhelmed by a passionate desire to know the unknowable Father directly. She sought to comprehend the source of all things, a goal beyond even her own divine nature. And crucially, she acted alone. Without her syzygy, without balance, she broke the sacred harmony of the pleroma. This was not an act of rebellion, like Lucifer's fall in later myths. It was an act of unbalanced love. Wisdom untempered by insight. An error born not from wickedness, but from yearning. From this solitary longing, Sophia projected her essence into the void, trying to create a likeness of the Father. But what emerged was not a radiant emanation. It was a misfire. A chaotic, malformed entity with immense power but no connection to the light. No gnosis. This cosmic orphan was Yaldabaoth, the demiurge. Horrified by what she had birthed, Sophia did the only thing she could. She cast her creation far from the pleroma, wrapping him in a cloud of darkness and placing him on a throne, concealing him so the other Eons would not see what she had done. It was in this isolation, ignorant of his mother and the divine world above, that Yaldabaoth declared himself. I am God, and there is no other. But Sophia's story doesn't end with her mistake. Her act of imbalance had consequences. Sophia herself fell, exiled from the pleroma, now trapped in the lower realms of chaos she had accidentally helped shape. The myths speak of her sorrow, her metanoia, her change of heart. She wept in the darkness. And from her grief, fear, and longing, the psychic and material layers of our universe began to take form. In a very real sense, the soul of our world was born from the tears of a fallen goddess. But this isn't just a story of tragedy. It's also a story of redemption. Even in her exile, Sophia watched as her son, the demiurge, built his counterfeit kingdom. She saw him construct the 7 heavens and install his archons to guard them. And then, she saw him attempt his masterpiece, humanity. Here, she saw her chance. In a moment of divine subterfuge, Sophia intervened. She ensured that when the demiurge fashioned the first human beings, a spark of her own divine essence, a shard of the pleroma, was secretly embedded within them. That spark is the divine light within us. It is the echo of Sophia herself, wisdom hidden in flesh. The seed of our awakening. She created the conditions of our prison, but also smuggled the key into every cell. This is Sophia's dual role in the Gnostic mythos. She is both the source of the fall and the secret hope of salvation. She is the grieving mother of humanity, the source of our inner light, and the hidden force working to awaken her children and guide them home. She is the wisdom we lost, and the wisdom we must remember. Join us next time as we explore the cosmic administration of the prison itself and meet the celestial gatekeepers, the archons. If this exploration of divine wisdom has resonated with you, please consider helping us grow our channel by liking this video and subscribing. Tap the notification bell so you won't miss the next chapter of our journey. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What does the story of Sophia's mistake mean to you? Thank you for watching. And remember, the spark is within.
Remember that the spark is within. That's right. Remember that the spark is within. Good stuff. What a great body. Oh, a great video. I said, what a great body. Yes, Sophia. Great body that you give for us. Really grateful for this light body that we have. It's an amazing thing. It truly is. Truly is. That is for sure. So that's just a Gnostic standpoint of Sophia. And there's many different standpoints about Sophia and the light body. And we're going to be continuing to explore them. So let's continue on with our education from Ascension Glossary. So we're going to pick up with the solar feminine Christ and what the solar feminine Christ means. So the solar feminine Christ, the Sophianic template, contains sequential stages of reassembling the solar feminine Christ architecture that is designed to repair the lunar distortion imprints, which include the magnetic reversals embedded within the female principal structures on the planet Earth. The potential resurrection of the solar feminine Christ is made possible through the recent activations of anchoring of several cosmic diamond sun body structures, such as the Holy Mother's God Seed Code and the Crystalla Matrix within the Earth's main Grail Point and Stargate system. The instruction sets for the reclamation of the solar feminine Christ have begun to spiral through the energetic current traveling throughout the planetary grid network. As the female biology is able to pick up these transmissions, they begin to naturally repair the magnetic imprints of the lunar woman distortions in her physical matrix. The DNA and RNA imprint in a female biology is more suited magnetically to embody the solar flame codes first. The further ignite the inner vertical channel, and this potentially ignites the keeper of the flame blueprint, and thus may further activate female staff codes. Holy Mother has returned to us the spiritualized feminine principle of the cosmic solar body, which holds the keys that open the gateways into the God worlds. One must cultivate a loving relationship with the Holy Mother in order to embody Sophianic consciousness and to access the timeless and eternal wisdom of the entire universe. It is she who holds the true knowledge and power in the secrets of animating creation as the prima materia itself, the divine quintessence that breathes eternal life into form. Sophiology is the worship of the solar feminine aspects of the Christos. It is the inner revelation of the Godhead's wisdom as it has imparted to humanity. To love your mother and father equally, which has influenced many ancient Essene and Christian mystics over the ages. May we come together to celebrate the solar feminine Christ and reconnect more deeply with our Holy Mother presence through our shared devotional prayer. Solar female Melchizedek. Subsequent to the Atlantean fall, the keepers of the blue flame and the females with original staff holder genetic codes underwent a series of genetic digressions, breeding programs, and deliberate targeting to disrupt the solar feminine principle by connecting the female principle in the human light body into the lunar matrix, by destroying the solar logos architecture and inserting a lunar matrix to hold the energetic placement of the planetary female principle. This lunar distortion would prevent the natural rod and staff gender principles from activating in the human DNA. The first staff holders were originally embodied as solar feminine Melchizedeks, and each had a genetic equal male partner that embodied the reciprocal rod masculine principle. Thus were genetically key-coded to be the rod holders. Over the course of many incarnations, the original solar feminine Melchizedek and Sophianic principle on the earth rapidly digressed into the lunar distortions and dark mother reversals, which fragmented and carried the solar aspects of her original identity, pulling them into black holes to become trapped within phantom systems. Corrections of Lemurian timelines. The Palladorian gridwork projects discovered to recover the solar feminine Christ template have been on turbo speed since the 8-dimensional Yeshua rod and staff codes began transmission in November, an anniversary celebration to remember when Yeshua and Guardian teams successfully brought back the 12-strand DNA silicate matrix to the Earth. This stage of Emmanuel coding unleashed waves of galactic activations that laid the groundwork for several upcoming Stargate and timeline retrieval projects from past destructive events, bringing awareness to the next stage of recovering the solar feminine and Cathar templates in the south of France and in Notre Dame, Paris. This involved returning to the timeline of the first wave mass genocidal event on the Earth, which is the Lemurian Holocaust. The Solar Christ Mary template. This ascending collective female aspect is an important light body component for embodying the solar feminine Christ, as well as resembling her corrected light body parts and spiritual wings. To restore the solar female Mary template to this earth has required the building of a completely new diamond sun body for the gold ray seraphim lineages. There is one design for the solar Christ Michael and another template for the solar Christ Mary. Wow. Sophianic body desecration. Through repeated session work in the planetary fields by remote viewing the grid work. Okay, we actually already read that in the beginning. So resolving mother issues. With the current ascension cycle focusing on the return of the solar feminine Christ, this is a time that many of us will be exploring more deeply what it really means to be a female and exploring what it really means to embody the true female principle, whether male or female. Thus, those of us at this stage of spiritual development will be spiritually working to resolve our mother issues, our inner female archetypes and relationships. We have been onto a earth with an imposter lunar mother ever present, carrying a lunar consciousness in our sex, which is in direct opposition of our higher self, misunderstanding who we are as women in this world and how that belief has shaped our roles as mothers, daughters, and wives. And she says we, because the author of this Ascension Glossary, her name is Lisa Renee, and she is a divine sister, psychic medium, and grid worker. The lunar matrix and the lunar female distortions. Thousands of years ago, the negative agenda and power elite Luciferian bloodlines discovered that in order to gain access to the planetary staff and the spiritual energetic gateways, stargates, portals, interdimensional links into different timelines, they would need to find ways to capture the mother aspect of the Godhead by gaining control over dark matter and gravitational or magnetic field manipulation. The inspiration of the lunar matrix was accomplished in part by dragging in the moon satellite to be used as a base of operations and for transmitting lunar broadcasts for achieving magnetic field manipulation and mind control. This makes the Earth a bona fide prison planet. This also serves to gain control over the solar feminine Christ or the Sophianic female Christos expression on the Earth by inverting the female solar staff current in the human light body and forcing the inner female principle to run energy reversals by lunar force overlays from the lunar matrix. Wow. I guess we'll go ahead and finish. So the Virgo's magnum opus is triple solar goddess alchemy. So these are the tumultuous days of the final conflict, when many of us have gathered to be awakened in order to take part in God's most sacred spiritual mysteries, the rise of the Holy Grail, which begins with the anointing of the Mahi Grail solar dragon queens on the earth. Our sacred Sophias are the brides of the triple solar masculine Christ that reunite with their divine counterparts and preserve the emerald diamond sun of the Holy Grail bloodlines of the cosmic Christo solar dragon races for eternity. The spirit of purity is one of the main spirits of Christ that attract the more powers of the universe that are serving the natural laws of God in the form of expressed virtues. And these are emanations directly associated to the sacred divine feminine of the triple solar Marys, or the solar feminine Christ Sophia. As Cosmic Mother returns to the matter realm, her authentic and organic dark matter parts restore the truth, resonance, and energetic balance to creation through the corrected Sophianic female principle, in which the false, the artificial, the imposters of the sacred feminine cannot coexist along with her emerging, powerful presence. Thus, the natural laws of the Virgo sun hold the divine transmissions for the triple solar Marys and contain the instructions for accessing and obtaining the pure essence via the sacred heart chamber of the inner Holy Spirit. By distilling its sacred feminine spirit substance into our physical body, then transmitting the intelligence streams as unconditional love from our sacred crystal heart into the earthly matter. The core stardust essence of Virgo constellation is representative of the fertility of the Holy Mother's womb and her sacred role in loving creation as our Holy Mother. And when the star aligns, she becomes pregnant with the Holy Spirit and divine fire water through an immaculation. I gotta slow down. I am flowing with these energies. Okay. And when the stars align, she becomes pregnant with the Holy Spirit and divine fire waters through an immaculate conception in order to give birth to the solar deity or the Son of God. The Sapphire Azothian Crown. The Sapphire Azothian Crown comprises the Christic architecture brought forth through the hidden identities of the solar feminine Christ family. We recognize the triple solar goddess formation through Hatshepsut's Christos mission to protect this 10th stargate and reclaim what was hidden in the Pluto matrix by the invaders. Wow. What beautiful stuff. So we have the Sophianic Grail encoding. If you want to connect with the Grail code. And then you have the Virgo Triple Goddess Alchemy. And then the Sapphire Crown. All right. So there was one more reading I wanted to do, and that was the reading for specifically the light body, since we are also touching on the light body aspect of the Sophia. So the light body is the human energy field body or energy aura body that projects our consciousness through a holographic template that generates the physical manifestations we experience within this material reality. It is comprised of many interwoven layers of electromagnetic frequency, light, and sound waves that make up the consciousness, intelligence, identities that function in each dimensional layer that exists within the universal time matrix. The light body is the holder of our consciousness record and identities through time, and it holds the living light code of our blueprint structure and maintains our direct connection and communication with our higher self, the Godhead or Source. There are 3 main levels of light body. Level 1 is the 12 tree grid and its horizontal triad bodies, which we will be going over tomorrow. Then we have the chakra crystal keys, the axional lines, the hara, the nodal structure. So the chakras, the meridians. We will be talking about that next week on Monday or Tuesday. Then level 3, the chakra system. So the human energy field or the energetic aura. The human light body or aura is comprised of multiple interconnected layers of electromagnetic fields of energy that extend all around the physical body like an energy shield covering and protecting all of the bodies. When we are meditating and practicing our 12D shielding, we are placing our attention on our light body to help strengthen, protect, and grow our personal consciousness body. The light body is the structure which is required to house the electromagnetic energies of the soul spirit bodies in order to connect with the physical layer of the human body. Electrical impulses are generated from the light body via the nodal structure, which is the meridians or the energy centers, which is a spiritual body part. It is made up of a webbing of energetic receivers and energetic transmitters that are intrinsic to the interconnected messaging functioning in the human soul spirit consciousness layers. However, when this communication from the soul spirit is working between the light body and the CNS, they function together as the communication link between energy receivers and transmitters that signal into the nerve cells and brain. The nerve cells build new biological neural networks, which instruct the brain and spiritual intelligence to connect the energetic circulatory required to grow the human electromagnetic field. And this forms into the energetic aura that projects outward from the body. The energetic quality of the person's energy aura will be represented in the energetic balance of the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual functioning, and will be demonstrated in the physical through the person's thoughts, behaviors, and actions. The quality, color, and size of the energy aura of a person is directly related to the level of health, bio-neurological functioning, and spiritual connection that person has access to. A person with a bigger and brighter energy aura is more healthy, coherent, and balanced, with a better functioning nervous system and brain, and a person with a small and cloudy energy aura. Small, gray, cloudy energy auras will produce more blockages and imbalances, such as mental dysfunctions, defects in the functioning of the brain and nervous system. Crystalline properties of the light body. The earth body and the human body, as well as the entire DNA record, is made in crystalline properties. The silicate matrix DNA template is the original human crystalline blueprint that is activated in the human body when contact or connection is made with the love-coded hydroplasmic light, which is essentially liquid crystals. The human energy field consists of an array of oscillating energy centers that are nested within a multidimensional blueprint of interacting crystal structures that organize into an assortment of crystalline functions. All of the interactive layers of the physical matrices, such as the organ and glandular systems, down to our skeletal structure, are known to have piezoelectric properties and crystalline functioning. Our bone structure is the primary solid crystal in our physical body that acts as the main frequency transducer throughout our bodily matrices. Thus, the key to restoring energetic balance and health is to understand that we must sustain an abundant amount of life force to circulate through our physical structures. Through the awareness, we are a crystalline being that conducts energy through crystalline functioning. Everything that we are exposed to has an energetic signature and frequency that imparts or impacts our energetic balance. This means all humans have the same properties as crystals: the ability to amplify, absorb, store, and transmit a range of vibrational energies that have an overall effect that is either healthy or unhealthy for the entire body. Ah, man, I love this. And I have a whole series on my YouTube channel. If you go to my YouTube, Sacred Light Broadcast Network, go to playlist, go to Light Body Awareness 101, I break down, I do a whiteboard demonstration of what the light body is and the layers of our aura and how they function. Such good stuff, man. Like, we truly are crystalline beings, like crystals. So awesome. So Universal Ascension Model. In our Ascension Model, we recognize and work with 15 waves of spectrum of frequency that correlate directly with the universal rays making up the universal time matrix of this universe. And it also correlates into our chakra system. So the first 9 layers of the spectrum of frequency, or the Kundalini, which we went over in yesterday's episode, include levels of particle currents that make up the matter worlds. Above 9 dimensions are the antiparticle dimensions, which are blueprint forms of liquid plasma light or hydroplasmic currents. The amount of energy stored in the Kundalini is the capacity of the genetic code to hold energy. The soul energies that cannot integrate into the DNA will be stored into the Kundalini at the base of the spine. All right, so that will do it for our reading from ascensionglossary.com about the Sophia, Sophianic body, and the light body. Feel free to leave comments on how this information was for you so far. I do have 2 more videos for us to close out with, and you guys enjoy this. This is very valuable knowledge, and please give a like, share, subscribe if you haven't. And man, I can't express the importance of balancing our Sophia light body with our physical as well as other aspects of our being. This light body is our coding system to even having our connection to the wisdom and the eternal flow of light that is existing in life. All right, so this first video is 7 signs that you are experiencing light body or Merkaba activation.
Hello, welcome to Garden of Wisdom channel. I hope you enjoy. Please click subscribe for more updates. Our subject today is
Have you ever heard about Merkaba activation? Merkaba is a state when you are totally aware, when your spiritual field is filled with an immense amount of love. Abundant light begins to fuel your soul, and you know what happens? Your Merkaba or light body is awakened. This will give you the ability to unlock the 4th and the 5th dimension of your physical and spiritual form. Isn't that amazing? Here are some signs of Merkaba activation. Check out whether it is happening to you. You will have to bear intense physical pain, which may be chronic or persistent. This pain is bound to happen if you think about it in terms of the DNA, because when the light body forms, many changes take place at the genetic level, which gives rise to physical pain, which is intense and excruciating in nature. But the good part about this pain is that right now it may feel like it is killing you, but the truth is that it is liberating you by freeing you of disease and even slowing down the process of aging. Sadness will become a part of your everyday life. Most of the times you won't even know why you are sad, but the sadness will haunt you and not let go of you. This is because you are dissolving the past, so all the accumulation of sadness will first purge and then you will feel free and happy to lead your life. It's really just a phase, and it will surely pass. Well, you will have a tough time at your job, and not because of some external issues but because internally you will begin to feel the futility of it all. You will feel that the job is unfulfilling and that you don't need it to lead a happy life. You will realize how important it is to do something that you really love rather than doing something for the money or for fame. This is a very common sign of Merkaba. You will no longer need the company of people, whether they are acquaintances or loved ones. Even when you are with people, you will feel like you are alone and all by yourself. This happens because Merkaba makes new bonds that are good for you. You will observe a significant change in your sleep patterns. You may wake up all of a sudden and cry about nothing. This happens because your body spends a lot of energy to create the light body. Also, you may be having weird nightmares. They may be so vivid that they will almost seem real to you. Yes, during Merkaba, you will feel like you are floating. You will feel like you are being pulled by some inexplicable force towards the sky, and you will feel very light. This may also make you feel that you are trapped between two worlds. You might find yourself talking to your inner consciousness. This happens because your consciousness skips ahead of your body and you will feel ascension. Also, at first you may feel uncomfortable while talking to your inner consciousness, but this discomfort will slowly vanish and you will feel like your inner consciousness is actually your long-lost friend. It will be an amazing experience when you will be able to talk to your inner consciousness that freely. Pay attention to the signs around you and the changes you are going through. They may not be what you think. Don't mistake it for something else. There is a good chance you are going through Merkaba activation if you are experiencing a combination of the symptoms as mentioned.
Mm-hmm. Very, very good, straightforward and clear symptoms that we can go through when we're having a light body activation. And yeah, definitely very, very real, that's for sure. You know, like the feeling of losing your world, the feeling of all these suppressed emotions coming out, enlightening about life and the world. And then also the pains, like the body pains, the feeling of traumas releasing, stored energies coming out of our fascia. All these things take place, but it's for the better. And we all know that once we get through those periods, we feel so much lighter, feel so much more blessed, and we feel like it was all worth it. So there are ways to take care of yourself during your awakening process. And there are many, many ways. Salt baths, yoga, meditation, good supportive community, creative passions, all sorts of beautiful things. If you need any services, just reach out to me and I can gladly help and assist you and guide you. But, let's go ahead and watch our last video and then we're going to close out. This one is about benefits of light body mastery and gaining higher consciousness.
Light body. It is not a concept that is esoteric. It is a very practical concept. Because the light body is our real body. The meat body of flesh and blood is an illusion. Just as you are particles is the reality. But you don't see the particles. You only see the diseases in the body, and your body which is thin or heavy or beautiful or ugly. You are just concerned about this body, but not seeing the reality. The light body is really the reality, that we are seeing the unreality and calling it this unreality as reality. We are seeing only the illusion. We have to move from this illusion of matter to pure energy, which is the reality. That is what the light body is about. So it's not an esoteric concept just for the New Age people. It is a concept that is practical. It has been there in all world religions. In the wink of an eye, the body will turn into light. That is the kingdom. That is how long it takes to turn the body into light. And we have in world religions many messiahs, prophets belonging to the ancient traditions, who have turned their body into light and left the world. We even go to the Judaism. Eliyahu, who came to be called, who is also called Elijah. He turned his body into light. Eliyahu gave his powers to Elijah, the disciple he met, and then just flew away. So we have in the Egyptian tradition reference to the light body. Almost all religious traditions have reference to the light body as the ultimate body. Now what about the Hindu tradition? Within the Hindu tradition there is a renegade group of radicals called the Siddhas, particularly the Tamil Siddhas. I belong to that tradition of the Tamil Siddhas. The Tamil Siddhas say that you don't have to go and pray to God. You have to pray to yourself, because you are God. You are the light within. And then they created a science of the light body. Their science is so vast. You can attain light body through so many means, the Siddhas said. It can be through alchemy, by purifying mercury and taking the mercury, and then the body will turn into light. That's the alchemical process. Or you can take some herbs, light body herbs. I will talk about it when we move on. And that can help you to change the body, because everything fundamentally boils down to chemistry. Now people live without thyroid, without pituitary, because what they do is just they replace the pituitary and the thyroid with chemicals they produce. So everything boils down to chemicals. So they said the chemicals are available in the herbs, take them and then they will change the body into light. So they are scientists. So the light body, again, I want to bring it to your attention, is not a concept off the wall. It's a very practical thing. You need the light body because the light body is your real body. It's the highest intelligence. The light body gives you the highest intelligence. And with that highest intelligence, you can do anything and everything that you want to do. So that is why you need to have a light body. So by gaining a light body, don't think that you are going to lose everything, you are going to lose your house, you are going to be a recluse. You are going to be an ascetic and not interested in this life. By gaining a light body, you will be more conscious. Then life will not be a struggle. It will be a struggle as long as you are caught up in the logic, as long as you are caught up in cause and effect. All these things belong to the material reality. So those of you who want to pursue the light body path should know that even though you may not want the light body, or you may not be able to connect to what this concept of turning the body into light in a realistic way or in an authentic way, don't worry about it. Just at least look at it from the perspective of gaining more consciousness, or identifying yourself not with this material body, which is an illusion. So what is real is that you are light.
Whew. What a beautiful episode today. A little bit of oils, crystals. Wow. What a beautiful episode today, man. If you guys have anything else further to share, please drop it in the comments. Feel free to drop comments in the replay as well, of course. And man, yeah, I trust that this knowledge and info is able to be integrated and discerned very well for any and all of you that receive this. This is just such profound knowledge and information that we cover in this series, and I just want to express my gratitude for that. It is not all the time that you get the opportunity to truly have clear knowledge like this from a whole standpoint. When I mean whole, I mean as the observer of the universe and what the construct of the universe is. It's really awesome. So grateful for the journey, grateful to be here now, and all that it took to be here with the devotion of serving and being able to be a messenger. And with that, let's close out. Thank you guys all for joining. If you guys are interested in being a part of a international, worldwide community where we have online group chat, we interact and grow with each other in private. We do private workshops together. We help develop each other and enhance our gifts. We also build retreats together, podcasts, workshops, and much more as a community. There is a space for you to join. Or if you would like to interact and come into contact and maybe book a session or purchase crystals or organic home products, we have all that for you guys on one link page as a community, the Sacred Kingdom. So check it out as we close. I'm going to play a little preview and insight into what the Sacred Kingdom is, how you guys can interact, and how you can be a part of it as well. With that, I will see you guys tomorrow, 9 a.m. for Grand Rising with ChristoLight. But you guys will also see me 3 more times today. Later on at 5 p.m. Eastern for House Mama Podcast, I'll be talking about developing patterns, habits, and routines for our conscious awareness, as well as the Law of One, the raw material at 8 p.m. Eastern, and then the New Moon Sacred Kingdom Chill Space at 10 p.m. Eastern, all live on the Sacred Light Broadcast Network. And I'll see you guys then. One love. Hey, what's going on? Marcus ChristoLight here, founder and member of the Sacred Kingdom community. I am so excited to share with you guys the directory and some insight into the beautiful members that we have a part of the council of the Sacred Kingdom community, a international, worldwide, sacred community of soul family full of star seeds, visionaries, artists, practitioners, shamans, as well as handcrafters and organic product makers. We have such a beautiful variety of amazing quality of organic products, including crystals as well, holistic and quantum healing services, all available in one link page directory for you. And you guys may be able to find who resonates for you, either locally in your area or online through the Sacred Kingdom community. So take a look. Welcome to the Sacred Kingdom community link page, where you guys can access everything Sacred Kingdom that's available worldwide 24/7. First link you'll see is the Facebook page, and you'll be able to take a browse and follow, keep up with any activity through Facebook if you're a Facebook user. Then we have the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is designed with a playlist for each member that is a part of the YouTube channel, so you can access and see content specific to each individual. Now we have holistic healing retreats that are led by myself, Marcus ChristoLight, of Sacred Light Healing and Wellness. And then we have other members of the community that join in with these retreats to help build and bring connective community. These holistic retreats have workshops, live music, plant-based food, and much more. Then we have Lunar Queen and Organics Essence. This is an online crystal shop. She has a wide variety of crystals, greatly priced, high quality, organic with no dyes. Along with that, she also does card readings, and you can book with her. Then we have Eagle's Hearth Ministry and Sacraments, Grandma Katie Singh Eagle, with her tinctures, salves, lotions, herbal products, and much more. Jade's Wellness Trade. Jade's Wellness Trade is a fully organic line, all plant and herbal based, when it comes to home hygiene products such as soaps, shampoos, conditioners, and much more. Operation Oscar Mike. Wow. Where to begin? A good fellow of mine, AJ Lardy, his friends Scott and Eric, own a alternative healing nonprofit business to help military and first responders to bridge with alternative healing. Sacred Light Healing and Wellness, myself, Marcus ChristoLight, Reiki, Akashic meditations, as well as inner child healing, shadow work, and more. And then we have Shining Soul Healing and Wellness, QHHT, quantum hypnosis, as well as herbal-based healing products with Sarah Broadhead. Soul Awakening with Sandra Marshall out of California, a wonderful podcaster, as well as lecturer and educator. And then we have Soulista Healing with Christina out of Pennsylvania. You guys can check out our link page anytime. And you guys can browse and book with services, purchase crystals and organic products. Along with that, we also do host retreats together and other events. We have online spaces like full moon and new moon events, and much more to come. Tune into our podcast on the YouTube channel, Sacred Kingdom. Reach out if you'd like to become a member and grow with this community as we continue to bring generational wealth and healing to all generations of planet Earth. One love.